out. But we've got to start this morning, Hassan, with your football club. We've got to start with Liverpool. Frimpong done, dusted, and over the line. And this morning, Liverpool advancing quickly in their conversations with Kerkez.
This is what it feels like to be a serious club in the transfer window. The transfer window ain't even opened yet. And for once, I'm actually doing content on my own club transfer related instead of giving my opinion on everyone else, which is absolutely fantastic, to be honest with you. Listen, I think this is an absolutely fantastic signing if it goes through. Milos Kerkez, I would describe him as a younger version of Andy Robertson, but with better dribbling. I think he's a lot better dribbler than even the younger version of Andy Robertson. I think this is a massively positive indicator for us going forward next season. We got Frimpong right back. We got Kerkez left back. Oh, we're about to play some rock and roll, beautiful football next season. I genuinely cannot wait. It's going to be just like marauding fullbacks, attacking wingers. It's going to be all out mad. I think Kerkez is obviously, listen, some people now, because he moved to Liverpool, will change their opinion. Shameless people. But he's obviously been one of the best left backs in the league this season. Even when we do like team of the season videos and stuff like that, there's many people who mention Kerkez as their left back of the year. Like, so he's not just some random guy. Like, he's had unbelievable performances all season long. Obviously, probably since January, he's been liking Liverpool Instagram posts here and there. He's been doing all sorts of stuff. It's not like he's kept his cards close to his chest. Like, he's been kind of very public with the whole like Liverpool thing. And I think it's fantastic news. I think it's fantastic news for us. Obviously, Andy Robertson, great servant to Liverpool Football Club. Thank you for your services. But we do have to move on. Like, at some point in time, you have to move on, especially from a player that isn't what he was like in the past.
Yes.
I think Andy Robertson probably during the Klopp era was one of the best left backs in the world, if not the best left back. Let me just check something. Okay, so as you were doing the intro, I was checking it, and I made certain Robertson's first assist this season did come against Arsenal at Anfield, the cross he had for Gakpo. So, like, obviously, he has really started to slow down from 3 years ago. And I think, look, this is a sign that we're not messing around for next season. We do intend on hopefully retaining the Premier League title. We do intend on, and I do think, I'll be honest with you, I think our exit to PSG has kind of, as much as we've won the league, of course, like that's the main thing. And if you told me in August, Sam, you could win the league only, I would literally snap your hand off, because I would really want us to win the league. I think that exit to PSG made us reconsider a lot of things, like from a team aspect perspective. Slot keeps talking about PSG, describing them as the best team in the world, talking about the way that they play football. And I do think that might be one of the reasons as well why we're looking at Florian Wirtz. Like, we're trying to build a team that's technical, trying to build a team that can play out from the back, or trying to build a team that can do all of these things. And I'm very happy. This is unbelievable news this morning. I love the fact that we're being very serious this transfer window, completely different to last year, where my only transfer video Liverpool related was the Zubimendi rant, and the fact that we signed Chiesa at the transfer window. I was starving by then. I actually sang the Italian national anthem on stream. I never forget. That's how starving I was. So fantastic signing. Obviously, there's many clubs that were in for him as well, including your club. Even Madrid were looking at him. A lot of clubs were looking at him. So the fact that he wants to join Liverpool is a major positive. So I'm very happy, man. He's unbelievable signing for us. Unbelievable signing.
FSG in then.
Here we go. Khalas.
Yeah, there must be a lot. You
must be proud of PSG.
Yeah, but you have to say well done to your owners. They've, as you said, they rectified those mistakes they made before by changing the backroom staff, getting Michael Edwards back, and you can see it. And we all know what Michael Edwards does. First year, there's normally a lot more assessment than just going in and signing players. And I look back now at Man United summer last year, we were probably better off spending a lot less money, assessing what we had and kind of waiting. Sometimes in life, patience is a virtue. But no, this is fantastic by them. And I know you're not going to sit here and praise them.
Let's see it pan out first, Hotel, before we lose our heads.
Sorry? Let's see what?
Let's see it pan out first before we lose our heads too much and start
congratulating them. What with Liverpool?
Well, like FSG, the Liverpool board and owners have made an incredible amount of mistakes in the last few years. So let's they've got signed Kerkez, unbelievable ownership. Like, let's just calm a little bit. Like, let's see what.
Thank you, Dan Potts. Someone who's being
I don't understand this.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So they signed
Mo and Terrace
before
rage
the
bait will
window.
not work on me. I'm very happy this morning.
Okay, hold on. So Frimpong is a here we go. They are linked to Verts, and they are very close to Kerkez. So we need to wait and see. I don't get it. This is so strange to be
honest. And equally, this isn't Ineos. This isn't your owners, Potsy. They've just helped them win the league by brilliant recruitment of a new manager to replace the legend.
I'm not saying they're scum and they're rubbish.
They've literally delivered this season at Premier League.
I'm just saying that they've made some mistakes. Let's see how they rectify them. I'm not going to get too excited yet because we've seen it with Liverpool. Last summer they bought Chiesa. I understand that they won the league and it's great, but I've been one who's been kind of humbled with the ownership before because I thought they were a really well-run club and all this kind of stuff. And then I look at what's happening behind the scenes with the contracts, and Konate still could walk out on a free after Trent has. Let's just see what happens, man. That's all I'm saying. If they have that Frimpong summer and the Kerkez and they go get the 9, they get Verts, I'll be like, fair play. They've woken up and Edwards is great back and all this kind of stuff. But let's see it pan out first, man. They've had a lot.
You don't think that Liverpool are favourites if they get these signings?
I think they're favourites. I absolutely think they're favourites. They've just won the league. No one's done anything yet, so absolutely they're favourites. So I think before we start going, wow, let's bow down to FSG. Let's just see how the summer pans out. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. If they have the summer we predicted, we can have that conversation and go, oh my God, they've been fantastic.
I hear you. They've made mistakes and they've been criticised, but I wouldn't mind owners that didn't have my club in any major debt, that had won me 2 Premier Leagues and a Champions League and 3 or 4 domestic trophies in the last 5-6 years. Like I'd be pretty happy with owners that run my club like that. Personally, I get they're not maybe seen as good as Man City. Well, we'll wait for the verdict until we say whether City's owners are good or not, because this is what I'd say about City's owners being the benchmark.
You're really happy with the Glazers then?
Happy with the Glazers in what way?
In the late 2000s, Ferguson won a treble. You won league titles with the Glazers there.
So if you very happy.
If fair tell, you've won 3. If you win the Europa, that's 3 and 3, mate.
Yeah,
so you're well happy.
Well done to the Glazers.
But again, a nice attempt at rage, mate. But again, I mentioned, I literally said about FSG, a club that hasn't got your club in financial difficulties and in debts and nearly out of business and everything else. So you can't remove the context. But yes, I mean, I'm not saying you're perfect.
Up for Hassam here, by the way. I thought Hassam.
I just think it's that they're acting serious, and I think the speed of Liverpool's work for me is what really does need the praise as well. And forget FSG. It's not about FSG. It's about the way they're operating, because they know this is going to be a very busy market. Come Thursday morning, there is going to be one of 2 teams who are struggling financially that are going to suddenly have a massive injection of cash. So again, the transfer market is going to change. They've sorted out their fullback problem. They've sorted out their fullback issue whilst they're still getting drunk over winning their Premier League campaign. And I remember in the summer of 2007, United were champions, and we went and got Owen Hargreaves, Anderson, and Nani in the space of a couple of weeks after the season ended. And I just remember that for me was like the pinnacle of, when we had Sir Alex running the club alongside David Gill, that was the pinnacle. We started to dwindle after that. We weren't spending enough money. We didn't buy another central midfielder until 2014 after that. That's how things started to go wrong. But no, it's brilliant business by Liverpool. 2 fantastic players. I agree with what you said, Hassam. I won't do what a lot of rivals will with the whole, I'm going to change my mind about how good a player he is because he's joined a rival. Kerkez and Frimpong, I've always rated both of them. I'm not going to suddenly change my mind because they're joining Liverpool. Fantastic work. Absolutely, as things stand right now, the favourites next season. And I actually think your club want that pressure. Your club want to do something they haven't done since me and Potsy and Mo were in nappies and while you were still in your dad's sack, right? They want to win back-to-back league titles. And that is a different level of legacy, different level of an era. When you're doing back-to-back league titles, it isn't that rare in England. That isn't that common in England. If you actually go through 140 years of our league history, I did this about a year ago, so I don't know the stats off the top of my head. It's something like only 13 or 14 times teams have retained a league title in 140 odd years. It's very, very hard to do. So yeah, look, it's annoying, it's sobering, it's frustrating as a United fan, but I can do nothing but praise the fantastic deals.
I think he's been the best left back in the league this season. Real talk, Kerkez. I think he's incredible, man. I think he's such a good player. And Frimpong, obviously, the thing is, going forward, people are saying, are they great defensively? Well, Robertson and Trent, I'm not going to say they were horrendous defensively, but they weren't known for being unbelievable tacklers and defenders. They were known for going forward, and they're basically replacing them like for like in terms of attributes. I think they're not going to be at that level, in my opinion, but they could be one day. I think they're two fantastic signings, I've got to be honest. And as much as I kind of was with Sam in terms of let's see how it pans out, I don't think Liverpool fans should be able to forgive what's happened with the leaving your three best players on a year contract and doing the same with Kenyatte and potentially Alisson. But for me, I think the signings and the links are very good. If they get those two and they look to get another midfielder and a striker, yeah, Liverpool favourites again, man. 100%.
Yeah, I hear you on that. By the way, everyone who's tuning in, please get the like button smashed. Get yourself subscribing to the channel as well. And big up everyone who's joined us from the United Stand. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. We appreciate you coming over, and welcome everybody. But yes,
thank you to Dan Potts for actually being honest and saving the show before this went to the shits. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, brother. Thank
nothing
you.
went to the crap.
Brother.
First of all, Sam, right? Hang on, what is it? Are you guys creating another bromance like City and Liverpool?
No, we're not creating another bromance. Listen, here's the thing.
What is it?
The problem is that you always ask this question. Right now, I'll ask you a very simple question. You're doing all this FSG praise. Let's say our transfer window ended now, and all we signed is Frimpong and Kerkez. Are you going to praise them as well? Because we need a lot more.
Do you know what it is? This is just the difference between, I think, us as people. So I'm very similar with Ineos. When they make a mistake, I'll criticize them, but I don't blame them for things that haven't happened yet. So I won't be angry in our current summer transfer window until it ends. If we sign, the next bit of news we're talking about is Man United. It looks like we're going to get Cunha over the line. I will praise that and say that is fantastic business. Well done for getting it done early for a good price. But that doesn't mean I'll say they're the greatest owners ever. I'm not expecting you to go, I'll take everything back. This is where it becomes polarized. I don't expect you to say I'll take everything back that I've ever said about FSG.
But did I not say that when I started speaking? I said I'm very excited. I'm very glad that we're serious. I said this is I'm so shocked that it's May 19th and we've already had 2 agreements.
Exactly. What no one's but again, what you do is you go to the nth degree. Nobody said take back everything you've ever said about FSG and just praise them forever. It was just for this particular deal. You can and I think that's we've lost sight of that as football fans. I was watching an Arsenal podcast last night. That came on my timeline. I actually listened to a United one and suggestions come up for, I'll have a listen. And they were actually angry about their club looking at buying players to improve their team. It's like, we shouldn't forget how bad this season's been. And I just sat there and thought, you're going to make yourself ill, mate. You do, like, I've never known football fans ever in 40 years to go, I don't want to look forward. I only want to look backwards. And then I thought, imagine taking that concept that living your life that way. You never move forward. You just look backward. That's how depression kicks in. That's how you get ill, bruv. Like, genuinely, you have to at some point go, this was good. I'm happy with this today. It's like going to a restaurant. Last time I went in, my food was cold.
Which I said already.
I know. I'm just trying to explain my position. So I'm never asking you to take back things you've said that were right at the time. I'm just talking about if you had a cold meal at a restaurant, you complained, and then the next time you came back, the meal was perfect. You wouldn't eat it and go, it was really, really good, this meal, but fuck you, the last one was cold. You'd say, I enjoyed the dinner. You can, isolation needed.
And in isolation, I think it's a fantastic signing and stuff. But I've got to wait till the end of the transfer window to judge. And I've already said I'm open to change my mind on Fenway Sports Group. I've said this 100 times. I just want a series of correct decisions in a row, transfer windows in a row where we do show ambition. This can't be a one-off thing, and then you tell me, oh, wow, look at FSG. Because with the Chiesa summer still happened. The Nunes and Calvin Ramsey summer still happened. All of these things happened in the past where they didn't help out Klopp as much as they should have. So,
yeah. No, I hear that.